Hello.
Hey,
We're at week 14.
holy crap.
There was no buys week 13. There's
None.
four buys this week, and
Mhm.
then it's all done because we're got to figure out who's going to make the playoffs.
That's two.
And fantasy playoffs are starting. I don't know. My league's week
Yeah.
15. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, I was eliminated long ago. Yeah, long ago.
I was like 2-5, and then I ripped off like 5 out of 6. I thought I was complete toast, and then I
Yeah,
just got hot.
never
Um,
happened. Not in my league, not for me.
okay, buy teams real quick.
Hmm.
The Patriots, Giants, Niners, and Panthers are on bye. So
Yeah.
the Giants will not lose this week.
No,
Uh,
no.
the question is, will they be partying or will they be focusing on trying to get to 3 wins? I don't know.
Maybe just Jackson Dart should focus on not getting concussed.
Yeah. Did he have another one in the
I mean,
Patriots?
you
He
saw
did.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah. He got
pinwheeled.
smoked. And then they're like roughing up the guy who hit him.
Oh,
Like
dude, it was a huge problem. It was a legal hit. He was still in bounds.
completely legal. Get out of bounds. What are you
Exactly.
doing?
And he could have too. That was the thing. He could have gotten out of bounds. No, he decided to try and walk the line.
Did you see? I didn't see it live, but
Mm-mm. I didn't see
Young
live either.
no no
Oh,
Young Wei Koo's. I guess you
yeah.
would call it a kick. What was that?
Oh, I don't know,
Like,
dude.
did they bench him after that?
No, did he get fined or suspended afterwards? Did the league come in and say something? I didn't hear.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I just think he is not paying attention to
Yeah.
detail and not like doesn't have his head in it. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how that happens.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know.
so for those who missed it, he like his approach on a field goal, he like overran it
Yeah.
and he was about to kick and then he realized he was too close to the ball, so he just like
Yeah, he turfed his toe. He like dragged his toe into the
yeah,
footer. Yeah.
bizarre. Never seen anything like it. I guess there's a reason why the Falcons got rid of him, but okay. So we have, what does that mean? We have 14 games since there's four teams on bye. Let's take a quick look at last week, real quick. Josh went 2-1. He hit his 3-star and his 2-star and missed his 1-star. So that's a good week. If you remember, tried to pick every game. Not really, but I picked
Half of them.
9 games and I
More than
went
that.
4-5. I think basically every week for me lately, it's like or whatever, 4-5, 2-3, 2-3, 3-3. And I was hitting like 70% at one point, and it's just like 68%, 64%. I'm back down to like, I don't know, 52, 53, which that's above 50. So maybe we'll have a good week one of these weeks. All right, let's go to week 14. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. There's a game between football teams who are trying to make the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Game.
Cowboys, Lions. Um, both teams technically out right now, I think.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. The Cowboys have never been in this year, and the Lions are now out at 7-5.
Yeah, let's take a look at this real quick.
7-5.
So, NFL playoff standings.
The Lions are the eighth seed.
Yeah, the Lions are the first team out. Dallas is the second team out. Um, the wild card is kind of nuts. Like, is it going to take 11 wins to get in?
It might. It might be take a. You got a 9-4 team sitting there. I mean, last year there was the Vikings at 14-3. But yes, it's an incredibly competitive wild card right now in the NFC, especially when you've got the Lions and maybe and then if you look at the Cowboys schedule, it feels like doable.
Yeah. So, I mean, teams are going to beat up on each other a little bit, but like,
Yeah.
if you're the Cowboys, you almost have to think you need to win out at this point, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Or the Lions. So,
Yeah.
Lions are 7-5, and then San Francisco is technically the last team in at 9-4, and then Green Bay's got that tie. So, depending how things shake out, it's going to get interesting. But it's just crazy to think that the Lions might not make the playoffs at this point.
It's staggering. I mean, it's staggering to think that given where I guess they started the season with a loss, but where they started the preseason, that they sort of are falling apart. Because I feel like that's what they would have to do down the stretch, is to just fall apart, not win many games.
Right. Okay, so that's the NFC. AFC real quick is a little bit. So last team in is Buffalo 8-4. Houston's first team out 7-5, and then you've got Kansas City at 6-6. Well, Pittsburgh 6-6, but I don't know. I don't feel strongly about Pittsburgh playing well the rest of the season.
Chiefs 6-6.
Yeah, and the
Sitting out.
Dolphins 5-7. Can they rip off 5 more and make the playoffs?
No.
No, but it's at least it's a little bit entertaining when these teams that were horrible to start the year at least are starting to win some games and like play better.
The Bengals are have a better chance of getting to the playoffs just through winning their division than anybody who's was really bad for most of the season and can surge. Like, to me, they have the most interesting path. Because the Steelers and the Ravens don't seem to be very good.
Yeah, and so the Bengals are 2 games behind the Ravens and Steelers. They play the Ravens one more time.
Yeah.
So if you can win that, then you're technically only 1 game back because you have the tiebreaker. They already beat them once.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. It's kind of tough to climb over 2 teams who are both 2 games ahead of you. But, I mean, Rodgers, I don't know, broke his nose or got hit in the nose. His wrist is broken. So if you're looking at it, you're like, okay, can we beat the Ravens and win 1 more game than them? After that, sure. Could the Steelers lose most of the rest of their games? Absolutely. So I don't know. I mean, Burrow's back. Like, you have to have confidence that you could win out or win 4 out of 5. But
I mean,
we'll see.
The best quarterback in that division. I mean,
yeah, I don't
maybe
know.
by a fair margin. I mean, at this point, given what Lamar's doing,
Yeah, and I mean, he stepped right in and played well. And I mean, the Ravens fumbled one out of the end zone for a touchback, and they had a really probably bad offensive PI on Zay Flowers. He would have had either a touchdown or he would have been down at like the 5. So it's kind of a fluky game, but Bengals got it, and they have a chance.
They do. We're saying they have a chance.
Okay, let's do this Cowboys-Lions one. At this point, I just basically said these teams are pretty equal based on how they're playing, so I said Lions 3.
I gave it the hook. Lions 3.5.
It opened at 3.5, and it's 3. So apparently 3's the. Oh, put this in the wrong spot. So I get that one. Let me. Okay, so it's fair, right? We obviously seemed like a very easy one to guess. I mean, the Cowboys just beat the Eagles and Chiefs back-to-back weeks.
Yeah,
the
this
Lions
line is different 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, this line is probably a touchdown 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, and then the Lions lose to the Packers at home on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
they're clearly. St. Brown had I think a high ankle injury.
Didn't do much.
He's not ruled out this week, which seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like it would be a multi-week injury.
Yeah.
If he does play, you wonder if he's going to be close to 100%. Very interesting game. Obviously, the Cowboys just beat the Eagles and Chiefs, and it seems like their defense is playing a little bit better. Maybe not lights out, but very decent game. I don't think we're going to see a clunker Thursday game just because there's so much on the line for both these teams. So it could be a good game. I don't know what to think about this. I mean, I guess you kind of have to think the Cowboys are going to keep playing well because they've been the better team, but the Lions could also wake up and rip off, 4 out of 5 here and make the playoffs too. So
give me the Cowboys for 3, man.
Yeah, ride them.
I'm gonna ride the Cowboys again.
Don't ride the horse, ride the cowboy.
Ride the cowboy, right? It's a famous song. I just feel like the Lions, I don't know, they have momentum, lack of a better term. Momentum is all with the Cowboys right now. The Lions feel trying to figure some things out. And I think I think the Cowboys have figured some things out. So I like the Cowboys here.
How many stars did you say?
3.
3. There we go.
Yeah.
Thursday 3. Get that win on the board
Boom. Yeah,
and sail on.
that's right. Just easy pickings from here on out.
Okay. I didn't realize this when I was just talking AFC North, but Steelers Ravens. They play in Botswana. Just kidding. It's in Baltimore. Steelers at Ravens. I said Ravens by 8.
So I went Ravens by 3.5. I think this line just feels way too high. 6.
It is 6, so it's in the middle.
You get it.
Get it, barely. Okay. So you think it's too high, and I think it's too low. So why do you think it's too high?
I mean, I don't think the Ravens are good right now. I mean,
They had one bad week.
they've had they started 1-5, didn't they?
Yeah, but since then they've been.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I maybe their pre-season their first half season shenanigans have influenced my decision here. I don't know. I think the Ravens are probably the better team. I think the Ravens will probably win, but I don't think they're going to win by 6. Just feels like way too high.
So since the bye week, they beat the Bears by 14 with a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
They beat Miami in Miami by 22. They beat the Vikings in Minnesota by 8. They beat the Browns in Cleveland by 7. They beat the Jets by 13. And then they just lost to the Bengals.
All those are really bad teams, though. Miami, Minnesota, Cleveland, the Jets, they're all terrible.
That's fair. But what do you do against terrible teams? You blow them up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they did. Right?
Again, I mean, it's the same argument that people were using against the Bears and will continue, right? They didn't. Who did they play? Who did they play? So I think honestly, I think it was a fair argument against the Bears. I think it's a fair argument against the Ravens. But again, I think they are the better team. I think they will beat the Steelers. This line just feels really high. Obviously, I like 3.5.
Yeah.
That feels more. Feels like a game that's going to be decided by a field goal.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. I mean, the division aspect and both teams kind of needing a win makes me think the Steelers will keep it close. But
yeah.
I also think the Ravens sort of got embarrassed at home by the Bengals.
Yeah.
And I think they can probably win this by a touchdown. I don't know. Like the Steelers defense hasn't played well. Rodgers is banged up. The Steelers are just not a very good football team. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'll leave it alone because it's, like I said, it's lower than I thought, so it's a little confusing to me. All right.
I guess I would be shocked. And again, I don't know anything about football, so this is stupid. But I'd be shocked if it was like 40-10 Ravens, or 35-15.
Yeah.
That would be weird to me.
Yeah, and I guess it would be weird to me if like Rodgers carved up the Ravens with a broken wrist and they were able to run the ball consistently. I don't know. I've said this before.
12-6. Yeah, good.
I've said this before that the Steelers have games where their offense is like, if you're a Steelers fan, their offense is just like anemic, like they can't do anything. I don't know if this is going to be one of those games, but I mean,
that's been the Steelers' offense for like 5 years, like since before Ben Roethlisberger retired. They just haven't been able to figure it out offensively for like, I don't know, the better part of a decade. It feels like.
Yeah.
Yet they don't lose. They don't have losing seasons, so they're just, I don't know.
Maybe this is a tie. So they both go to 6-1, and then the Bengals win to go to 5-8, and then it doesn't really help the Bengals at all because they're still.
I mean, the Bengals need to get to probably 9 wins. They need 5 more.
They
need to win out. Yeah, they need to win out.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in 3 weeks if it's still a thing.
Yep.
Okay. Seahawks at the Falcons. I went Seahawks 6.5.
I've got the Seahawks. I gave 6, and it looks like it's 7.
Okay. Opened at 8, down to 7. All right. So I get that just barely. So the Falcons So it was one of my picks last week. The Falcons by 2.5. They're up 7 with like 2 minutes to go, and then the Jets come down and score a touchdown, and then it was the weirdest thing. There was like 3 punts within the last like 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then did the Jets kick the field goal at the end of regulation? Did it even go to overtime?
I don't think. No, it didn't go to overtime.
So they kick a field goal, like Falcons up 7 with 2 minutes, and they lose in regulation
to the Jets.
I know. I mean, Tyrod Taylor obviously is more competent than Fields. Like, he can manage the game. He can make some plays when you need it. And I've said this 3 weeks ago. The Jets clearly haven't given up, right? Like, their defense is playing hard, even though they traded away their 2 best players on defense. So I don't want to go too far, like, vouching for the Jets for next year, but it kind of feels like, I think we said this about the Panthers last year. They had a little momentum at the end of the year. Coming into this year, Bryce Young started playing better. I feel like the Jets kind of have that, where they're playing hard, they're winning some games, and in Joseph is their coach. What's his last name?
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn.
He's probably not getting fired. Like, based off of what he's done, he's probably done enough at this point to not be fired.
So now in his second year, he more influence on draft picks and free agency, and now you're there, you got everything figured out, so you can actually focus on that. I mean, it's at least feasible to see them be one of the teams that starts ascending. Every year there's a couple teams that, sniff the playoffs or make the playoffs that no one really expected. So I don't know. It's still the Jets, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't either, and they need somebody to figure out their quarterback for them, because Aaron Glenn was like, Justin Fields is the guy.
Right.
And that was the wrong answer. And the problem with that is it's been the wrong answer for a few different times now. So
yeah. So I mean, Tyrod Taylor, he can be a patch quarterback for a year.
A bridge, yeah.
If you can draft one. I mean, I think next year's quarterback class is supposed to be decent.
Do not. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Decent, but not like stellar. You know what I mean? It's not like the 2018 class or the class that brought Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. It's not that.
So there's 4 teams that have a worse record, and there's 2 teams that have the same record as the Jets. So they're looking to draft somewhere in, definitely top 10, I would say. But obviously, if you're drafting 3rd versus 10, the quarterback options are going to be a lot better at 3 versus 10. So who knows? I don't know. Like, do you bring in a Kirk Cousins or someone like that to try to...
That feels like the style. When you hire a defensive coach to be your head coach, that feels like the answer. They focus on the build up the defense and trying to go out and get that magic quarterback that's sort of just sitting out there in free agency that can do just enough to let your defense win you games.
Yeah. So real quick, I guess let's just talk about this quick if we can think about it. So quarterbacks that are currently backups but might have a little juice left in the tank, at least to to be more consistent and give a team with a good defense a chance to win. So like Cousins, you could maybe argue for Kenny Pickett, although he hasn't really played any meaningful snaps in like a couple years.
I mean, yeah, he would be. I think Mac Jones is the one that jumped out. I mean, right now, like what he did in San Francisco while Purdy was out. I mean,
for sure. Oh, here's a quick thought. So Justin Fields, should he go to San Francisco to be a backup so that he can learn how to play like all these other guys who just become unicorns?
I don't know. Or Minnesota, like Kevin O'Connor, like I don't know, man. Yes, probably. If I'm Justin Fields, of course you go to another opportunity to try and become a starter. But I would be. I mean, he couldn't. Shanahan didn't want to deal with Trey Lance, right? Like they put all that draft capital to go get Trey Lance, completely raw and untested. He had half a season at North Dakota South State or whatever, and they moved heaven and earth to get him, and look, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to start. So I don't know, man. I feel like Shanahan's desire to rebuild somebody is going to be low.
Yeah, let's just go through this real quick, see if I see any other backup quarterbacks that could potentially Richardson. Like now that Daniel Jones
Oh,
did this,
yeah.
like is Richardson like I want another chance, I want out? I don't know what his contract looks like.
Yeah, but who again? Yeah, I don't know. That would be have to be like a really desperate team. Maybe he could go to the Jets.
Davis Mills, like is there a team out there that thinks he can?
I mean, so that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Yeah, because he
I,
did all right with the Texans last couple of weeks.
right, but when you know your defense is going to keep you in games, it's a little bit easier to
Yeah.
play quarterback, I guess. So that one, I don't know if I
Maybe
would take a
Jets
chance.
there too, perhaps, or
Um,
Cleveland. They've got a good defense. Shador
who
Sandors.
else?
Does he end up somewhere next year? Shador?
I don't know. Why? What just did something happen this
No,
last
I
year?
mean, well, he had that one touchdown that was everybody was like, oh, look, he threw that one touchdown.
Does Flacco have another year left?
He will absolutely be on a roster next. You know he will, man. The question is, who's going to trade for him mid-season?
Right. What else do we got?
Can we even have an NFL season without Joe Flacco on a roster somewhere?
No.
Uh,
He'll be playing when he's 55 for sure.
I hope so.
I don't know. That's probably about it. Well, Jacoby Brissett and
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, like, there's gonna have to be a decision made there.
Yeah, like Kyler Murray. That's an interesting, like where he goes. Like, I know we're into off-season talk, but
Marcus Mariota's played. He's been serviceable
he's
with
been
Daniels out.
very serviceable. Yep.
And then Spencer Rattler got benched, but I mean, no one. I don't
No.
think anyone actually
I
thinks
don't
there's
think
too
so.
much potential
No.
there. All right. So let's move on. There's the quick quarterback carousel discussion for your Wednesday morning. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one.
Oh,
Did we decide if anyone liked the Seahawks or Falcons? We kind of got tangential there.
no, we didn't even dive into the game. I mean, here's the thing: the Seahawks. What's going on with the Seahawks? They've got like one of the best defenses in the league, top 5 for sure, top 3 maybe, maybe the best. But their offense is little like I don't know. Can you win a Super Bowl if you have to kick 18 points worth of field goals a game?
Well, here's the thing, and the Vikings just showed the world the book on Darnold. They knew him.
Yeah,
They blitzed him. They sacked him like
Yeah.
3 times in the
Yeah.
first quarter. It was 0-0. I
Yeah.
mean, the Vikings offense couldn't. I mean, they didn't score a point. So let's just be honest there. But
but yeah, it was your backup, Brosner.
yeah, so a team that knows Darnold well saw what he did the last 2 games of the season last year, and refused to allow him to throw a touch. I don't think he threw a touchdown pass in that game. So the book's out there, like the Seahawks, they're going to have to figure out a way to. Darnold's weaknesses have been exposed, is what I'm going to say, by a team that knew him the best. So it'll be very interesting to see how the Seahawks play the rest of the season. Like they're definitely probably a playoff team, but I don't know. Darnold with the ghosts of last year, with the book on how to defend him, we'll see how that goes.
I mean, they need, I would think, 3 games, right? Because we're talking, you need 11 games. They're at what, 8-4? Or no, they're 9-3. So they need 2 games. They need just to win 2 games, and they're in at with 11 wins, and they've got Falcons this week, Colts, Rams, Panthers. Actually, that's not. I don't know. Maybe not. Colts. They can beat the Falcons. That's 1 win. But then Colts, Rams, Panthers, Niners. I mean, the Panthers just beat the effing Rams, man.
I know. Yeah, we'll get to that. They're the giant killer. Like,
They are a giant killer,
you
man.
can't take them lightly at all.
They beat the Packers. I don't think they played the Eagles this year, but yeah, that's a fascinating question. Can the Seahawks win 2 more games?
We'll
Maybe
see.
not.
All right. So
All right.
I think we're both in agreement that the Seahawks at the Falcons 7 is fair.
Yeah. On paper, yes. For
I
sure.
don't know. The Falcons are they should be better than they are. They just aren't. And the Seahawks tend to dominate most teams. So
I think
it's
that's
fair.
what
And I don't know how you pick that game. So let's move on.
Yep. I think the Falcons are going to have some regime change in the offseason, probably.
Yeah. Some regime change.
I think so.
This next one's really good.
Barn burner.
Titans, Browns.
Can't wait.
They both have 6 letters in their names. And so I think they're going to tie because of that.
Oh, my goodness.
No. Browns -4.
I put the hook on this again. 4.5. Went look happy this week.
It is 4.5. Nailed it.
Woo! Little
There's
Ric
some-
Flair. Woo!
A few fours and
Yes.
mostly 4.5.
Yes.
Hey, why are the Browns going to win by exactly 4.5?
Because the Titans suck. Well, they'll probably win by more than 4.5. Actually, I don't. I mean, because the Browns aren't that good either. The Titans are just, I think, demonstrably worse, and the Browns' defensive unit is at least good. I mean, you can say it's good. They've got a good defense, and the Titans have a good nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. So I have a theory that when two very bad teams play each other, you just take the team that gets points, and that would be the Titans. But I mean, they got smoked at home by the Jags. I thought they would at least be somewhat competitive, and they can look really bad. And Browns defense at home, I think this is fair, and like I have no idea what do you expect to get out of some of these teams who literally like what are they like? Some weeks are they doing like heroin the night before, and other weeks they're just like dialed in. I don't get it.
It is so strange. Just like again, we were just talking about the Falcons. Has there been a more up and down team this year than the Falcons, who have like peaked, had so many different like peaks and valleys? The Titans obviously are they've just been valleys. They've been bad. They're searching for an identity. They don't even know if they drafted the right quarterback. They don't have the right head coach. They had the right head coach and they fired him for reasons. And there's just nothing. I don't know. The Titans feel like they're going to be bad for a decade, and the Browns have been bad for a decade, kind of.
Yeah,
Except for that like Joe Flacco season 2 years ago. So I don't know.
the most we can expect out of this game is that when 250 Central rolls around on Sunday, it's a close game and it's worth throwing on the multi-view. That's all
Yeah.
we can expect out of that one.
God bless the multi-view.
Yeah.
I mean, it is such a nice thing to have.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Dolphins at the Jets.
Fins.
Oh. Come on. What are we doing here? Can we get some good teams?
I got this one wrong.
Is there any
too.
good teams in this league? Okay.
Handful?
You know what's good about bad versus bad? There's got to be some good versus good at some point.
One more thing. The first game was good versus good. Lions, Cowboys, great game.
True.
Really fascinating. One of the best Thursday night games we've had. Right? The best.
Yeah, I would say it's
great matchup. Yeah.
decent.
Sorry, but that's not what we're talking about. Fins, Jets.
Yeah, I went Dolphins 2.5.
Well, the Jets are at home, so I went Jets giving 1.5, which I think is incorrect. And I don't know.
I think I nailed this one.
Yeah.
Well,
It's 2.5.
yeah, it is 2.5. So I got it.
I don't know. I just don't know how you favor, especially given what the Jets have done recently, why you favor Miami on the road.
So I think there's kind of a standard formula that I've never been aware of before. It's like, okay, so no one's going to tell you that they think the Jets are better than the Dolphins.
No.
The Dolphins, I think, have won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So, but they're on the road, right? So you got a team that's not good, but better than the other team. And so it should be a competitive game. So it's like you put it at 2.5 for that road team, saying, okay, basically pick your winner. But if things get goofy, the Jets could cover but not win. And you don't go with 3, right? Because 3 is just too much. You don't really trust the Dolphins to win convincingly. So these 2.5 lines, I feel like there's been a ton of those, and that's what this one is. So Jets are a little bit frisky. Dolphins have won, I think, 3 in a row or 3 out of 4. 2.5.
They've had some surprising, they've been surprisingly competitive, considering what a dumpster fire they were at the beginning of the year, and how just their head coach just kind of gave up at that one of their press conferences.
Right. Here's one thing. So most of you probably remember Tyreek Hill's injury where his leg like turned the wrong way, and they were like, "Oh, it's a dislocation, so it's not as bad as like a break or like he tore every ligament." And at the time, they're like, "Yeah, he might be out for the rest of the year." I'm like, "Might?" His leg looked like it was backwards. It was like weird. So I don't know what I'm gonna find here, but Tyreek Hill return. Let's see. He is for sure out. Okay, so that was probably known, but I just didn't pay attention to it. I was just thinking like Darren Waller came back. if Hill
Mhm.
somehow can come back and they keep winning, like trying to make a case because I want competitive games down the stretch. But
Yep.
anyway,
Mm.
I don't know what to think about this. I do. It seems like the Dolphins can win by 3. It also seems like the Jets are going to keep it close at home. Like this is fair, and I think either way you could make a case.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. It's a division game. They're oddly competitive a lot of the times. Neither of these teams are very good. The Dolphins, their coach may be on their way out the door, so they're rebuilding again. Yeah, I just, who cares?
Yeah,
Who cares?
I'm with you.
Let's talk about these teams next year.
Right. Okay. Saints at the
Ooh,
Bucks.
here we go.
I went Bucks by 8.
Bucks given 6.5.
I don't remember. I think you're closer.
No, it's 8.5 across the board.
Uh, 8.5. I get that one.
A good week.
Okay. Mike Evans is not playing this week. There's a chance he could play next week. He's recovering from a broken collarbone. The Saints just covered against the Dolphins, right? Like they were at least competitive on the road. They were down by a lot early, and then I think they only lost by like I don't know, 4 or something like that. Division game. I think the Saints played the Bucks tough last time. 8.5. I don't know. I don't understand why it's so high.
I don't either. The Bucks have not been good of late.
Who did the Bucks just play?
They won. Who did they play? They played somebody who they beat. They played and beat the Cardinals by a field goal.
At home, right?
Yeah, I think so.
8.5 points.
Way too high.
Yeah. So I was looking for.
Yeah, Bucks are at home.
Here's a great perspective for everyone. I was looking for. So I'm about to be in the playoffs of my fantasy league, and I was looking for a second defense to pick up because mine's on bye this week, and there's like nothing available. And I start looking, and like one of the more consistent, like at least gets you a couple points per week defense and doesn't do like a -4 is the Saints. So I started looking through, and yeah, they don't really give up a lot of points, and they've been playing decent, and they're, I don't know, obviously still playing hard. 8.5's a lot just based on what I just said. Division game, Saints defense has played fairly better than most people would think. I mean, Evans is still out. The Bucks haven't been playing great. Like I'm going Saints here. You know how I love these terrible teams. So I'm gonna go Saints. 3 stars. Ooh. My first pick of the week. You probably thought I was gonna pick 12 games.
I mean, week, huh? I was a little surprised. This was the first. We went this deep into before the first pick, but I'm appreciative of this one. I like this pick too. This is a nutty line here. I just, remember how hot like Baker was at the beginning of the year, and he's amazing. He's doing so. Now at this point, week 14, he's got 19 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and he hasn't cracked he's not close to cracking 3,000 yards yet. It's just a weird turn to the season. Weird turn to the season.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like the Saints. You sort of do, but you're not picking it?
Yeah, I'm not going to pick it because I would pick the Saints too. I think this line's way too high.
Okay, there you have it. Another divisional game. This one is very
good game.
Interesting. Yeah. Colts at the Jags. Yeah. So let's just look at this quick. We got the Colts are 8-4, and the Jags are technically the
division leader.
Division leader at 8-4.
Yes.
Okay, Colts at Jags. I said Colts by 2.
No, I went Jags by 2.5. Yeah, the Colts lost, right? I don't understand. That line makes no sense to me.
Colts by 1.5.
Yeah, they just lost.
Right. So here's what I'll say. Like, I don't know that that's technically fair, but I think it represents what people think about these teams.
I agree.
So the Colts started off hot. People still have that in their mind that the Colts are a very good team.
Yes.
And the Jags seem like they keep winning games that they're not supposed to win, and they're just kind of like almost like they're the AFC version of the Bears as far as like what people think about them. Now, is that warranted? Probably not, but people still think that the Colts are better than the Jags. Like 9 out of 10 people probably would tell you that they're a better team. So it's fair that they're favored by a little bit. And I don't. No matter what, you weren't probably going to go 3 either way. This was going to be close to a pick 'em, I think. Division game, they both need it. They have the same record, so I did you watch any of the Colts Texans game?
I did. Yeah, I did.
So Jones has a hairline fracture, but apparently it's not really. Did it seem like it's affecting his mobility at all? Or?
So that's been the word, like, right since that game, is that yes, Daniel Jones is being impacted by his leg issue. He's not as mobile as he was, and so because he's not as mobile, they're not as effective, and that's fine. Whatever their issues are, I think they do have them, and they're starting to not be as dynamic. They're not as dynamic as they were at the beginning of the season, and the Jags keep winning, and the Jags are at home. This is so odd to me. I'm giving the Jags for 2 stars. So I don't think the Colts are going to win this game.
All right. These two teams have to play each other twice still. So this is the first of 2 meetings. I was just trying to see if, what happened if they had already played. Yeah. All right. You're going
Jags
for 2.
Jags for 2.
I'm going to go Colts for 2.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just told you that maybe it's not actually warranted that the Colts are a better team. I do still think they're a better team.
I would like them to be a better team. I really like Carly Ursay.
Yeah. And I mean, now I guess the Jags in a way are finally the hunted because they finally took over first place in the division. So it can change the mentality a little bit. Jonathan Taylor might go nuts in this game. Yeah. That's all I got.
I mean, yes, I think he's clearly the most dynamic player on that field, on either side of the ball. But it just hasn't seemed to matter so much for the Colts in games they needed to win. So
yeah. So here's the thing. Like a month ago, the Texans were like 3 or 4 games out in the division, and now they just beat the Colts on the road, right? Yeah. So the Texans, what are they? 7-5.
Are they 6-7-5?
7-5.
Yeah, 7-5.
So they're the first team out. Now, Texans have to go to Kansas City this week, so it's not going to be easy. But in the same breath, the Texans defense will keep them in pretty much every game. And it's not like the Chiefs have played well. So, like, there's a lot of people who think the Texans will win that game, which is just crazy. It's like, I mean, the Chiefs have a very real chance of not making the playoffs.
They're crazy. Behind 3 teams right now, aren't they, in that wild card race?
Yeah. So, they're behind. Well, they're behind
the 3rd team,
right?
The 10th seed.
Yeah. So, and who's dropping out? I mean, New England has 11 wins already. Denver already has 10. So those 2 teams, they're not passing those 2 teams.
Yeah.
The Steelers. Obviously, you would expect the Chiefs to pass either the Steelers or the Ravens or whatever.
But they're not. Neither of those teams are really competing for wild card. I just feel like it's their shot is they're going to either win their division or they're out of the playoffs.
Right. So the other one is so the Chargers and Colts are both 8-4, and then the Jaguars are 8-4. So it's possible 2 of those 3 teams don't play very well, and like they definitely have weaknesses, but. It's crazy. Like if the Chiefs lose this game, they're probably not making the playoffs. 6-7.
Yeah.
They would for sure have to win out at that point.
And then even then, I don't know that they could, because the tiebreakers are not in their favor right now.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we got ahead of ourselves.
Yep.
I'm picking the Colts. He's got the Jags.
Yep.
We're both going 2 stars.
Boom.
Washington Commanders against the Minnesota anemic can't score a touchdown for 2 weeks Vikings. I said pick them.
I want the Vikes giving 2.5.
Vikes are 1.5 -1.5. So you get that one.
Thankfully.
All right, I'm up 6-2. You got that one. I assume McCarthy will be back. He was out last week with a concussion.
Yeah. I don't think this line is the same if it's Brosmer.
But but still, I mean, even when McCarthy played 2 weeks ago, and then what you saw out of the Commanders who could have beat the Broncos, like the Vikings are favored.
I mean, look, what you have seen with McCarthy is at least he's got that win against the Lions, which is relatively recent, and then there's some wins on his resume, right? And there's some come from behind wins. Yeah, he's looked at. It's just this is so stupid. Like people are right now saying his career is over. He's played 8 games, 7 games, and he's been injured for some of it, and he had like his first child. It's just I don't know, man. Let's talk about his career being dead in 2 years.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
so I think this line is fair right now at 1.5, given how bad the Commanders have been.
it'd be one thing if he was consistently crappy and he never showed anything.
Right,
But
that's
yeah,
right.
you win, you beat two divisional opponents on the road in your first season actually playing.
Yes.
Like, you got to give them time. And I think most of the talk is just people trying to get people fired up. Like, I don't think that the Vikings are going to give up on him. Like, he's absolutely going to go into next year, I would say, as the starter, and they're going to give him that chance. Of
course, yes.
And he's got, if he can stay healthy, he's got 5 weeks to start building something. So, but until I see it, his last 2 starts were bad, I think,
very
both
bad.
of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I guess it's fair. Vikings at home, barely favored. Washington may be a little bit better team at this point, but
but neither of them are very good. And quarterback to quarterback, Mariota is the better quarterback. Right?
Yeah.
There's no question about that. He's more competent. He's got more experience. Blah 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 blah. I think a lot of with Jaden Daniels is I don't think they want to bring him back. At least a lot of what I'm scuttlebutt is a lot of the fans don't want him to be back. Right?
Really?
It's a lost season. They're not going to make the playoffs.
Oh, this season?
Yes. Yeah. No. Of course they want him back, like for his career, but just they want to rest him. Why bring him back to get more injured? It's a Robert Griffin III thing all over again.
Yeah, that's fair. We were just looking at when he's going to return. I don't know when he's going to return, if and when he's healthy, but
yeah.
Do you like either of these teams here?
I mean, I like the Commanders to win this game.
Yeah,
I'll take it for one. Give me the Commanders for one.
Okay.
For 1 star, I'll take it.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, at some point, the Vikings need to play with a little pride and
they do
win a couple of these games down the stretch, but I don't know if it's going to be this week. Don't believe it till you see it.
True.
Bengals, Bills. Now, this is a good game.
Could be.
Burrow's back for the Bengals, Bills.
Man.
Okay.
Bears beats Bengals.
Okay. I said Bills by 6.5.
Bills by 4.5. Give him 4.5.
Well, it's 5.5. We split it.
Boom.
Tie. Okay. If Burrow's not playing, this is probably creeping up to 10. Obviously, he played well, and it's 5.5. That's fair. Like,
both teams need the game.
Yeah, the Bills are still definitely the better team. The Bengals' defense is pretty bad, but you don't quite go 7 because Burrow can pull some stuff out of where.
And the Bills have the worst rushing defense in the league, or like one of the 2 worst. They're like 31 of 32, I think. Just not good.
Yeah. So this is still a noon game? Yeah, noon Central. So Bengals, Bills. I mean, when the Bengals were making the playoffs, I mean, these 2 teams faced off in the playoffs, I think, a couple years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals blew them out once in Buffalo. I forget what the previous meeting was, but yeah, I mean, this is a great game. It deserves to be watched.
It does.
I will be watching it for sure because my son's a Bengals fan. Now, what do we think about it, though? You either think Burrow's back and the Bengals are going to be competitive the rest of the year and they can cover this, or you think last week was a little fluky. Bengals defense is still really bad. Can the Bills win by 6? I don't know.
I don't think the Bills will cover this, but I do think they'll win. Actually, I'm not even sure. I just feel like maybe Joe Burrow magic is too strong. And I know there's a lot of Josh Allen magic around, but his team kind of something wrong with that team. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just something off. In a this has been a vacuum like season, and they should have stepped into that vacuum and they just didn't, and they just haven't, and they've looked at times just lost.
So here's the thing: if the Bills lose, this game and the Texans win, the Bills are out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is just wild.
It's been a crazy season. I feel like the Bills will shoot everywhere. All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take the Bengals. I'm gonna take the Bengals for one.
Bengals one banger.
Talk myself into it. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's just crazy. So there was a time when we said it would only take 9 wins to get in the AFC, but like a lot of the bubble teams have just been winning consistently. So it obviously
they're all
changes
8-4 right now. So it's like
right.
10 wins probably at this point.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay, you're going Bengals.
Yeah.
I would love to be confident in the Bengals, but I think this is a fair line, and I am not touching it. Broncos, Raiders. I said Broncos by 3.5.
I have the Broncos giving 7.
You are winning that one. This was my worst guess. It is 7.5. Okay, 6-3. If you rip these last 4, you beat me.
Which typically happens. Yeah. Broncos are with a way better team. I don't know. They're at 10 wins. I mean, they're a bit of a surprise. The Raiders suck.
Yeah.
They're about to implode the whole thing, I think.
So I said last week, I'm like, divisional game, Raiders just fired their offensive coordinator. I think they'll play tough and at least cover. They got smoked by like 17 points at the Chargers. So the Raiders lost by 3 to the Broncos like a month ago.
Yeah. But they've gotten much worse. Like, just things have gotten much worse for them.
True. The Broncos, there was all these theories that the Broncos had the simplest game plan ever. Their offense looked bad, but it was because they didn't need to do anything to beat the Raiders. I don't know. Maybe there's something to that, but I think people blew that out of proportion. I don't know. I would love to take a home dog in a division game the Broncos have blown out very few teams. I think they blew out the Cowboys, but other than that,
no, they've been playing close games. Bo Nix has been uneven.
Right. So they've won 9 in a row. They won by 1, 3, 3, 3, 20 against the Cowboys, 1, 2, 4, and then they beat the Bengals by 25 back in September. So they're not blowing teams out. The thing is, like, it would be very easy for the Raiders to kind of just mail it in at this point. They are 2-10, so they're looking at if it ended right now, they would have the second or third pick in the draft. They obviously need a quarterback. I don't know.
Did they know that, though?
It's hard for me to believe that Pete Carroll would mail it in, but it's not really up to him either.
I just heard some of the things, too, that I've been hearing, and by that I mean reading on the internet, looking at TikTok, but that, like, he hasn't been as involved. He just hasn't, the control he normally exerted in his younger days in Seattle isn't there. Some of the things coming out about Chip Kelly, like not even knowing his own plays, or like calling in the wrong plays during games, just feels like organizationally they're not where they need to be.
Yeah. How many year deal did Carroll get? I wonder if they're just going to be like, all right, we tried it.
Yeah, I don't know that, but it would be really difficult, I think, for them to keep him into next year. I hate to be an ageist, but
he has a 3-year contract. So he has 2 years left. Obviously, if they don't think he's the guy, they would just get rid of him anyway. But interesting. So
yeah,
I would normally love the Raiders here, but they haven't shown anything for like a month.
No fight. And isn't Max Crosby injured too?
I don't know, but there's a reason why this is high.
Yep.
I don't know. It's probably fair where it's at, so I'm staying away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bum 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 bum.
Your first place NFC Bears.
So weird.
Now talking about the hunted.
Flexed.
Bears
They've
are
been
getting
flexed.
hunted. It's bear season.
It is. It's been flexed. We're in the Sunday night game. I think. We started at noon, and then
No,
I think
it can't be quite. I think it started at noon and it went to
it went to 3:25.
Yeah, it's probably
still 3:25.
I thought it's what is that? The CBS game of the week
Yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah.
Probably. Bears, Packers. I said Packers by 3.5.
The Bears -7.5. Or excuse me, sorry, Packers -7.5.
You're gonna get that one. I think it's high. 6.5. All right. Well, you can't win 4 in a row if you don't win the first one, and you got
True.
the first one. 6-4. Okay, so I'm saying it. The Bears beat the Eagles on the road. I'm no longer saying they only beat bad teams and backup quarterbacks and whatnot. They beat the Eagles in Philadelphia. So, okay, now they clearly are a legitimate contender at this point. You can't say they're not. So now it's like no one believes in us, no one believes in us, no one believes in us. Okay, you're the fucking 1 seed in the whole conference. Now it shifts a little bit because now you got a target on your back and people aren't saying, oh, we can beat the Bears, we can beat the Bears. Now it's like they're the best team. They have the best record. So now you got to actually go beat them. So that's got to be why this is high. The Packers are like, you're not coming in here as the 1 seed and getting out of here. Like, we're going to smoke you. It's got to be
plus
right because
the Bears have not fared well in Lambeau Field.
Right. So the Packers are playing better the last few games, so I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But 6.5, like you're telling me at this point that the Packers are that much better?
I don't know that they are. I don't know that they are better that much. Well, I do think they're better. But I don't know against the better teams of this league how good the Packers are. I know they've won some good games. There's something about this Packers team that I don't love. I do like them to beat the Bears this week. I don't there's any question about that, but I don't know. As like Super Bowl contenders, I still have my doubts.
Yeah, so I don't know. 6.5, I guess, is fair enough. It's more than 3, less than 7. So this could be a very competitive game, and the Packers could win by 7. I don't know though. The Bears just has to be the side, right? Like they're the 1 seed in the conference, but you can't tell me they're not motivated to beat the Packers, who've basically owned them for I don't know how many years. Like, I mean, they're going to come out ready to play. You'd have to think.
I would think so.
I don't know. I'm staying away. I guess it's high. It seems weird, so I don't know what to think.
I mean, I saw somebody on TikTok say that the Bears offensive line was the best offensive line that they've ever seen. Now, granted, it was some kid who was just talking on TikTok.
But that's actually what people are saying. Like, they're one of the the last month or so, they've been one of the best units on any team. Which is crazy because it's hard for someone like me. Like, I understand football, right? But I don't understand, how good an offensive line truly is. I have to kind of rely on what other people say who played the position or whatever.
Well, so and again, looking at there is just a slew of people who will break down tape on TikTok, whether or not they know what they're talking about, I don't know. But as they're focusing on the holes that the Bears offensive line were able to open against the Eagles defensive line, which is not a sham, that is not a sham unit. Say what you want about the Eagles offense, the Eagles defense has been solid all year. One of the better units, right? Top 10 defense. There were gaps like this, why? It's just road-sized gaps that the running backs were getting through. I mean, it was 280 yards of rushing.
It was a lot. I know that.
And so it's just something the Bears haven't done. 200-yard backs in the same game in 40 years. So it was that in and of itself was. Can they replicate that? I don't know. I mean, what they're saying about, and if you listen to people break down what Johnson is doing in terms of how he's motioning people, and the way that he's using motion and sort of the atypical way that he's using, especially receivers in his blocking scheme. It's all fascinating and it sounds so cool. And it's just, I don't know. All I had watching the Eagles game is just remembering when Matt Nagy was the head coach and the Bears late in the season, the Bears beat the Rams in 2018 and they had that trick play and we were all so excited and we made the playoffs and then we fucking lost the Eagles and then they sucked. And so that's all it's just like, great. We won this one game. It looked really cool. Is it sustainable for a decade? I don't know. As a Bears fan who has had multiple decades of suckage, that's what I want. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to win this game. I think the Packers are a better team.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of, you could say, okay, the Bears they're finally back. They're playing really well. They should cover this. And you could also say, now they're the hunted because they are the 1 seed. Packers have owned them. Packers at home. You could say the Packers are going to come out and just like be flying around the field and blow them out. Like, I have no idea. I'm done picking against the Bears for a while, so
I'm going to stay away too. But
okay, Rams Cards. I said Rams by 5.5.
I went the Rams given 6.
I do not know what this is. It's 8. You got another one. Okay. Rams just lost to the Panthers. The Panthers...
Giant Slayers, like you said, man.
The Panthers scored a touchdown on 4th and something. They threw like a 50-yard touchdown to McMillan. What's his last name? McMillan? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
So they were in it the whole way, the Panthers were, but it just kind of felt like it's a game that the Panthers cover but don't win. It just felt like the Rams were going to pull it out, and then they just said, nope. I don't know. Like, do they have a clutch gene, or like, what's the deal? Like, because even that Packers game, like, they didn't flinch down the stretch, right? Like, they executed and they pulled it off. It's one thing to play a tough team close and lose, but it's another to actually like pull it off. So I don't know what the Panthers are doing late game and these against good teams to win, but
I don't know.
It's exciting.
It is exciting, but how do you lose 20-9 to the 49ers one week and then go and beat the Rams on the road? They were on the road, weren't they?
No, it was at home.
Oh, they were at home? Okay. So, but still, how do you go? It's just so bizarre to me. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this team. I think it would be super fucking cool if we made the playoffs, though, if the Panthers made the playoffs. That'd be awesome.
Their best chance is still winning their division because they're behind Dallas and Detroit.
And I think that's totally, given what the Bucs have been doing, I think that's totally reasonable. I think they play the Bucs still, too.
They play them twice.
They play them twice. I haven't even played the Bucs yet. Dude, I think they can totally win this division.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they can beat the Saints this weekend. Or next weekend.
That's next weekend.
Yeah,
next
weekend. They got the bye this week. But so I can think they can win their next game.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, you beat the Packers on the road, you beat the Rams, and you're still like third team out of the playoffs at this point. You know, it's like you feel like you've done a lot, but it doesn't matter because you still got to almost win out to make it. But not necessarily. Depends what the Bucs do. But yeah, that's at least it's going to be interesting when they play the Bucs twice down the stretch. Those games are going to matter. Okay. Rams at the Cards. You edged me out. Do you have any opinion on that?
I think the Rams are going to win.
Yeah.
I think the Cards are done. I think they're probably also having a coaching change and a QB change after the season. That's it.
Yeah, the Cardinals had another cover but don't win.
Yeah.
They're at home. It's 8. Seems like a lot, but the Rams have been blowing out most teams, and then they lose to the Panthers. I don't know. I would go Cardinals, I think, but I don't trust them enough to do it. So let's move on. Okay, we got 2 really good games to end the week. So Sunday night, Texans at the Chiefs.
Oops.
Loser, it's going to be tough for the loser to probably make the playoffs. Winner still has a decent chance. So I just went Chiefs straight 3.
Same.
It opened at 5. It's down to 3.5. Okay, so we obviously tie that, which means if you beat me, we tie the week. If you beat me on the last one. All right. So Texans defense is the best in the NFL as far as yards surrendered. Texans have won, I don't know how many in a row. Let's see.
Many. Doing a good job.
4 in a row, 5 of 6. Defense is playing really well. Chiefs have not been playing that well
all season.
They've been playing somewhat tough opponents, but you expect like the Chiefs of old, you would still expect them to beat these teams, and they're just not doing it. So I'm going Texans here. 3.5 can be a lot. Texans are the better team at this point until the Chiefs prove it. Sure, the Chiefs could wake up and I guess win convincingly. Until I see it, I'm just not. I just don't trust it. So I'm gonna go Texans plus 3.5, and I'm gonna go 2 stars.
I really like that pick too. I want to pick the Texans also.
Okay.
2 stars as well.
Right.
I think these are teams moving in the opposite direction, and the Texans recently, week to week, have shown us something that the Chiefs haven't.
So here's the thing. Let's say the Chiefs continue to lose, don't make the playoffs. The biggest head scratcher is you'd think you could pin down like what the problem is, but like what's the problem? They're healthy, right?
I mean, they're kind of.
They can't win a close game. Is the thing, but why?
I don't know. I mean, they were winning. Maybe it's just luck of the draw, right? Just like last year, they were in close games. They didn't look amazing last year too, but they won those games, and they won. What they go 15-2, and made it to the Super Bowl again. So whatever magic they had is just gone. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you just get old. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
Shit falls apart, man.
They've definitely had a tough schedule, I would say too. But
I mean, they're playing. They're playing almost the exact same schedule that the rest of the division is playing, minus 3 games. So it's like, I mean, their schedule is the Broncos schedule, is the Chargers schedule, is the Raiders schedule. Granted, there's still 5 games left, so they haven't all played all of those games, but
yeah, so they've lost. So they played the overseas game, first game of the year against the Chargers, and lost.
Yeah.
Lost to the Eagles.
Yep.
At Jacksonville, kind of a fluky game, and they end up losing that. At Buffalo, at Denver.
I mean, they've lost to the best teams that they've played.
Yeah. They end up beating the Colts, which is also a tough game. And then at Dallas on Thanksgiving is like never an easy game either. So, so now they got Texans, Chargers at home, then they go to Tennessee, then they got the Broncos at home, then they go to Vegas. So
2 wins. They get to 8. But...
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you would think they could beat the Chargers at home, but I don't know. We'll see. So we've both got the Texans plus 3.5 on the road. Okay. So the Chiefs have a little mini bye too, right? Because they played Thanksgiving, so
they get that like a little bit extra.
I guess maybe that's why the hook is on there. They got a little more time to prepare, but great game Sunday night, good game. All right, last game of the week, Monday night, Eagles Chargers.
Another decent game.
I went Eagles by 1.5.
I got the Chargers giving 2.5.
I think I'm going to get that. It is Eagles 2.5. So I get that. So I win 7-5. Okay, so the Eagles have not. Who did the Eagles? The Eagles have lost 2 in a row.
They've lost to the Bears and they lost to the Cowboys.
Right. So the Eagles have not looked good. The Chargers have kind of been like week to week. I think they were just off a bye and then they beat the Raiders. So who cares? And then the week before, I think they lost.
Yeah.
A winnable game. I don't know. I guess this is fair. The Eagles are still the better team, so you give them 2.5, but not 3. I guess it's fair. It's like who's gonna start playing well and make a playoff push. Like which of these two teams? That's kind of the story here. Like, can the Chargers win a game at home against a good team, or will the Eagles wake up and start playing better? So I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, these feel like very similar teams, honestly, right now. In that I just they're good, but they're not good enough to reliably win every week. And that's an odd thing to say about the Eagles because I know that they should be a powerhouse. And it's just like with the Chiefs, what's wrong with them? It's just like they just don't want to win anymore. I mean, this happened, 2 seasons ago. They went 10-1 and then they lost 6 games in a row and then they were done. For like inexplicably, they just decided to turn off whatever makes them win. And that seems to be what happened here. I'm just not sure. It's so odd that a coach who's had as good a run in his early career as Sirianni, and people still are like, maybe they should fire him. It's so bizarre. I don't know what to think. I think the Eagles will win, but
yeah, that's wild to be calling for his head. I guess just based on success, especially
certainly the OC. They want to get rid of the OC. That is like all over Twitter, TikTok. Joe Peluto. I don't know.
But if I haven't heard of him, then yeah, get rid of him.
Don't. Which is odd too. It's like, well, how is it his fault? Sirianni's an offensive guy. It's like his offense. I don't care who the OC is. Like, doesn't it all live at the head coach? If he's the offensive,
right? Like, if you don't like what he's doing, then you just take over play calling duties,
or
right?
tell him to do it fucking differently.
Right.
Like, that's the thing I don't understand. It's like, you're his boss. Don't let him do whatever. It's just tell him to do it differently. I don't know. It's so strange. It's such a strange team.
Yeah.
They'll probably still make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so this is fair. I don't have an opinion on this. Hopefully it's a good game.
Yeah.
Should be a good game. We'll see. I mean, I guess like Chargers at home against the Eagles, who haven't shown that they're playing very well lately. I guess that's maybe the way I lean, but I don't know. Okay. So you have 5 picks and I have 3.
Yeah.
You're going Cowboys, Jags, Commanders, Bengals, Texans.
Yep.
I'm going Saints, Colts, Texans. That's all we have. No 9 picks this week.
Nope.
I don't have much else to say.
Vikings! Go Bears.